Hello and welcome to Footy Corner TV. This is a Champions League review show, but we will touch on. Sorry, I have to mute the other screen. We will touch on the Premier League predictions for next week and kind of go over what happened last week as well. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you're hitting the subscribe. Make sure you're hitting likes and comments, and that would be much appreciated. We've got two great guests for you today. We've got Mark. How are we, mate?
Very well, thanks, Sparks. Thanks for having me on again.
Welcome anytime, you know that. And we've got the Nomad Post. How are we, sir?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Ready to roll.
Is what, sorry?
Yeah, we're good. We're ready to roll.
Yeah. Good. Well, let's go quickly over the game from last night then, and what were your thoughts on the lineup that came out? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I wasn't overly surprised, Sparks. I did think we'd see some rotation, so yeah, I wasn't overly surprised at that. He rotated pretty much half the team. I thought he might go with Marino up front because Gyökeres has played a lot of games recently, but he probably saw it as an opportunity for Gyökeres to get on the score sheet again, which he probably should have done. Worked very hard last night. He's a tireless runner, in fairness to him. Just didn't find the net last night, but did play quite well. Delighted to see Odegaard back in the team, and his performance was what we need from him going forward. He's going to be a very important player for us for the rest of the season, if, as we say with all our players, if he can stay fit.
Yeah, I mean, he's not prolifically injured, is he? No. He just had a recurring injury, and he kind of had to.
He got a bad one away with Norway last year, wasn't it? And it kind of seemed to linger the whole season.
Yeah, but then he, like you say, he doesn't really get a break, much like Saka. So it's very, very restrictive, and when it got to the back end of the season, we were just properly rotating, so allowing a bit more energy to come back, but not ideal, was it? Was there anything that stood out for you, Nomad?
Yeah, I think he rotated very well. Like, I know sometimes if you check the bench yesterday, you saw as a Saka also right. So last season, if somebody tell you those guys will be on the bench in a Champions League game, you wouldn't believe. So that shows how long we have come, and I was really happy with the rotation. I think now we have two lineups that are very, very competitive lineups. So it was a good rotation, and everybody's filling in very well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's the depth we've got now is crazy, really, when you consider where we've been in the last 2 or 3 years, and the replacements that we've had have just not been of kind of the same standard, have they? So it's kind of, finally we get there, and we kind of get to the point where we're not bothered who's in the starting lineup, but we want to see it used more, don't we?
Absolutely. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Sparks. We know we've some world-class players, but if they do have to sit out now for a game because their minutes are just too high, we're not going, oh my God, how are we going to win this game because Saka's out, or player Odegaard's out, or Rice is missing. How the hell are we going to cope? We now look at our bench or look at the replacements and go, that's not going to be a big issue. He's not just as good, but the drop-off isn't significant by bringing in a Marino for a Rice, or Madueke when he gets back fit for Saka. The drop-off isn't quite the scary level it has been over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's the same with anything, no matter, isn't it? Obviously, if you get 2 or 3 in the same position, then obviously you're going to get a massive drop off. But the first to second is pretty damn good now, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think we're all impressed with that. It's nice to see White get some minutes. He looks a little bit rusty, but he was venturing forward quite a lot. Has our attack Has it missed Ben White? You know,
To an extent, he seems to have a very good understanding with Saka in terms of when he overlaps. Saka, obviously being a left-footed right winger, will always be inclined to come inside, and that leaves plenty of space for Ben. Overlap seems to overlap more a better degree than Timber. Timber obviously defensively has been absolutely incredible since he's come into the team. I don't think there's any sign of him coming out of the team anytime soon. But yeah, to an extent, what Ben White offers something different, and it may help our attack to have an overlapping fullback. But again, I think we're probably splitting hairs a little bit because Timber hasn't actually disappointed to any extent.
Yeah, we were a little bit surprised by the centre back pairing that Mosquera wasn't playing. That it was Gabriel and Salilba.
Yeah, I wasn't because, yes, it's good to rotate, but you need also to keep some partnership, steady and not changing everything. So I think the centre back was good. And also, if I talk about that Ben White overlapping, yesterday he couldn't because I saw Miles Lewis was almost playing as a centre mid. So you can't have Miles dropping in and also Ben White overlapping. So it will be very hard for play the overlapping. So I think back three, and then Lewis still comes in.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he went for, wasn't it? But did it look like that the players kind of had a bit more freedom to roam wherever they felt like it, or do you think it was kind of a static system?
Yeah, they probably did. You look at the positions Trossard in particular has taken up over the last couple of games against Newcastle and again last night. He's definitely not stapled to the left wing. Like, he's not a touchline winger by any stretch of the imagination. He's coming into those 10 positions, if you like to call it. So they probably do have a bit more freedom. As the Nomad just mentioned, my Lewis Skelly spent most of the game in midfield last night. Which we know, look, going back to when Zinchenko first came, that's a formation or a system Arteta likes. So again, I'd say there is a degree of flexibility within the system, but again, I would say if you step too far out of it, Arteta wouldn't be slow about letting you know either.
Yeah, he definitely had some words to say about Ben White on a couple of occasions. I don't exactly know what he was talking about, but he didn't look overly impressed with something that was happening. Maybe it was the overlapping thing. I don't know exactly. I didn't really notice that he was doing it prolifically and basically putting himself and the team at risk as such. So I don't really know what that was about. But the stability wise, Nomad, do you think that it's more settled the way it is, and you can take a player out and put another player in? Like, I'm thinking specifically with like the likes of Trossard. He's more Eze-esque. I'm not saying as good as Eze, but I'm just saying that he plays positionally the same as Eze. So maybe that was kind of a bit in the thinking a bit with the selection last night.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Eze and Trossard are almost the same. So they can just replicate what Tita is doing, almost the same, at least. So I think there's not much different. The only guy who right now is a little bit off his level is Ben White, and that's because of he has no much fitness so much. So, but otherwise, the other guys can just feel as good as the other person.
Yeah, I agree with that, and obviously, there was obviously talk of why that Saka played in the Port Vale game, and that was purely for that reason, wasn't it? Because you don't want to end up with the same situation, especially with Madueke being out. That he's got to get in there, and you don't want him to be gaining match fitness on the actual match day, do you?
Exactly. It was one of those There was a heavy tackle put in them in that Port Vale game, and I think we all went. But yeah, exactly as you said, Sparks. The 60 minutes he got against Port Vale were very, very important. It gets him up. He gets sharper, gets minutes into the legs. So look, that was a wise move. He hadn't played in a few weeks. I think he'd played 45 minutes against Man City the weekend before, but he'd been out for what, 3 or 4 weeks before that. Maybe even longer because we had an international break. So he needed minutes. He'd missed plenty of time. So getting minutes into the legs in that Port Vale game didn't do him any harm whatsoever.
Yeah, and you mentioned before the game.
Salilba played that night too again, in a probably similar situation. Just we need to get minutes into him.
Because he just returned
for a big run of games.
Yeah, definitely. But it just seemed that Arteta is actually using the rotation a lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he has to use it, because that was the limit he had with the other few seasons. So right now, he has made sure that at least every position there's 2, or there's that one guy who can be versatile. So I think he's using very well, and I hope he will keep using it same.
Do you think these are more his players than the previous players that have basically gone by the wayside, and he's not actually had the trust in them?
I'd agree with that. He's actually went out and invested in these players that he's brought in, be it Madueke, be it Mosquera, be it Hincape. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but he's went out, Kepa as well. The depth he's brought in, they're all his own players. Certainly this summer, there's very few players that he's inherited that he doesn't want. Whereas, as you say, I think over the last few years, been players there that he looks, when he turns to his bench, he goes, you know what, I don't really fancy you. I don't think you're quite at the level I want or need for what we're trying to achieve. I don't think he can say that anymore. I think every player that he's got is a player he trusts or has certainly gone to bat for to get into the club. So that would be my own personal belief, Sparks, that he now has trust in basically every player he has at the club, which I don't think he would have said. Now, obviously, he wouldn't say it publicly, I don't trust A, B, and C. But yeah, I think there's definitely been players in the squads over the last couple of years that he's just like, no, don't fancy you.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, because right now, everybody that has brought in is him who did that. So, for example, for the contract, I was 100% sure, like all these players, he was the one who convinced them the first time. So it will be hard again to do it. So, like Salilba, Gabriel, all of them, they keep stalling a little bit, but end up signing it. So I think he trusts them so much.
Yeah, I'm not actually talking about the first team players as such. I'm talking more about the Vieiras, the Tavares, Lokonga. I mean, Smith Rowe's come through the academy, so that's slightly different.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of players that they brought in, especially when they brought them in a fire sale, for example, and they didn't get the game time. They've been sent out on loan to try and get some kind of recognition of how good they are, so that they can gain the trust back to get in the team. But the players that we've actually brought in of late, then they almost already seem to have the trust. So it feels like it's a shift where a lot of people, especially outers, for example, basically said he had carte blanche to get whatever player he wanted. Is that kind of proof that he didn't? I'm not looking for an excuse. I'm just literally it's an observation, really.
Yeah, that's the thing. The signings of the likes of Tavares, Lokonga, they were kind of punts. It was when we were outside Champions League. I think we'd finished 8-8 2 years in a row. So they were kind of like speculating that these are young guys who might turn into absolute superstars. Now, it didn't happen. So I think it was as the market we were shopping in at that time was basically speculate to accumulate. whereas now we're buying fully fledged internationals to basically boost up our squad, whereas we weren't doing that back then. Absolutely not. We were basically taking a punt on youth to try and hopefully these guys will get us back into the Champions League, and then we push on from there. Just didn't happen for some of them. And that's just what when you're at that level trying to buy youth to get you back to where you go, some will work out and some won't. The guys you've mentioned didn't. But as I said, now we're not shopping in those markets anymore. We're now after fully fledged internationals with plenty of caps behind them, basically to bolster our squad.
Yeah, to add on that, I think we talked about me and Sparks a few weeks ago. Right now everything is already the foundation, the stages, everything is set. So it is just that final step. So it is easier for you to convince players to come and make that a final trophy, rather than when you start the process, you're just going blindly bringing the type of Pablo Maris just to hope that they will be good and trying to build the foundation. So right now we're getting quality players because of the stage we are right now. I think every guy like Mikel right now, of course, he knows anytime he can be a champion. So that's now the reason that now it has become easier to get the serial winners and the very, very big names.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely becoming easier to renew, but yeah, obviously we still need to get over the line at some stage to make sure it keeps happening. But yeah, it's definitely positive signs with Salilba. Saka's potentially going to be renewed. He's going to be on about 300k a week. Is the rumor? Do you think that's too much? Do you think that's fine? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fine. He's still early to mid 20s. So he's got 6-7 years left at a really high level at least.
Peak at 26, didn't he? So 24.
Yeah, Salah and Van Dijk's contracts, obviously, they're both well into their 30s, signed contracts for about 400 grand, we believe. Obviously, none of us are privy to that information, but that seemed to be the figure being quoted. So yeah, 300 grand for a player of Saka's ability and age isn't exactly stupid money. It sounds stupid money when you say it out loud, but given where the market is with footballers at the moment, I'm not sure. I think they're fully justified in paying that.
Yeah, I completely agree, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Gabriel Jesus is on 250, so why not Bukayo Saka also? So I think it's worth it for a player of caliber like Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, I mean, I saw another post as well saying that there's one more to come. Do you have any kind of inclination who that might be, or what do you think?
Hard to know who it could be. Rice probably still has a couple of years to run, so
yeah,
I doubt it would be him.
My only thought process is that it's Havertz.
Possibly, or does Raya have much time left on his contract? Well, Raya probably deserves an extension or a raise, because we probably got him at a decent clip when we bought him from Brentford.
He was on loan to start off with, wasn't he? And then he was actually, I don't know how much he's on actually.
Yeah,
there's a loan with obligation to buy.
Say again.
Yeah, a
loan with obligation to buy. So
yeah, it was an initial loan. Yeah. So
yeah, because his performances probably do deserve a bump, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean he's ridiculous, isn't he? Yeah. Really, he's on 100 grand a week.
Yeah, just like guarantee you the goalkeepers United have signed are on more than that. If you look up at what Onana was on at United, I guarantee it's at least double that.
Well, he actually took a wage cut, didn't he, on Onana, because
to go to Turkey.
Well, no.
When he signed for United.
When they weren't in the Champions League, They he
they all
he
got
got.
cut.
See if it's still on here. Oh no, yeah, they've took it off 25, 26. See if we got in 20. See what we got. I can't see 24, 25. Yeah, Capology have took it off, so it's I'm trying to find the 24, 25 one. There we go. But yeah, he because they were outside of Europe, he took a wage cut, so that he went into the office and basically went, "Yeah, I need a wage increase." Oh no, 120.
I'd say if you were to look around the league, yeah.
So it's still more than
giving United hand out stupid contracts. But yeah, when you look around the league, I'd say 100 grand for your goal for the goalkeeper like Ray is not. It's probably not at the market rate, so maybe he could be getting a bump in terms of wages soon. But yeah, other than that, it's hard for you to think of anyone.
Yeah, but I don't think Havertz will get an increase in salary, to be honest, because he's already on 280. So I can't see that if that was the case. Because I did have the inclination that if he went in with a request for a renewal on increased salary, I think that they probably sell him.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Or try very hard anyways.
Yeah, well, they'd sell him, but they'd obviously take a loss on him, wouldn't they? So it's but yeah, just looking at this Man United one now, Casemiro on 350 grand a week. Bruno was on 300 grand, which is fair enough. But then Mason Mount down to 200, 195, 190. So they have reduced that wage bill a lot.
Yeah.
Because obviously you had.
Are they still paying Rashford? I doubt Barcelona are covering all his wages.
Not sure.
He was on 350, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah. I thought Sancho was on more than that. He's down as 150 grand, but I thought he was actually on more than that. But yeah. I don't know if they're paying his wages or not, to be honest. Anyway, yeah. So it'd be good if we get one more renewal on top of Saka, then we're in a pretty good place, aren't we?
We're in a very strong position, yeah.
So what did you actually make of the game itself? And was 2-0? Was it flattering? Do you think it should have been more?
To me, it's not a game we're going to remember for very long, anyways. Put it that way. It was fairly uneventful. Ray made one brilliant save in the first half. We probably should have been further in front at half time, just not quite clinical enough. But yeah, it was one of those games, just get the win and move on. As I said, not a game any of us will be remarking on for a long time, I wouldn't have thought, but very important to get the 3 points. You see teams like City have dropped points, Spurs dropped points, Barcelona have lost a game, so Liverpool have lost a game. So it's just important in the Champions League to get those top 8 spots and get them secured as soon as possible. So that for me was just another 3 points banked. We're on to 6. We have a tough game coming against Atletico after the international break. So yeah, just very, very important. Just keep adding those 3 points. Again, and as far as we'll probably touch on this when we reach the knockout stages in February, but the rules have slightly changed this season in terms of your seeding from the league phase takes on far greater value than it did last season. So if you're a higher seed, you do get that second leg at home advantage all the way through. I think it's all the way through to the final. Well, certainly to the semi-final anyway.
It's a semi-final, yeah. The final doesn't matter, does it? So obviously it's whatever. But they should have implemented that from the start, to be honest.
Of course they should. Of course they do.
Absolute nonsense that they didn't do that. To be honest, it's you know, the whole point of you getting a finishing position and a number is that your number's higher or lower than somebody else's, and you get an advantage the whole way through because of it. To not do this, and I think it was just like another bit of a power trip. That's we're gonna do another draw.
Yeah. I think teams are now noticing that it doesn't matter if you finished first or in the playoff zone. So because at the end of the day, you will get second chance to play in the round of 16. So I think that's why so many teams are not even trying hard. Playing the first team, a little bit rotation because there's too many games. So.
I agree with that, but I think now I think with the actual you having the more favourable home tie second leg, I think teams will be a bit more proactive. I don't think they're doing it now because I don't think it's one big league.
Yeah.
It's just not that hard to qualify anymore.
No, I think it's one of those things, Sparks. It's only when you reach kind of match day 6, 7, and 8 that people will start actually jockeying for position and seeing where they're at and going, okay, let's really push on to try and finish 1, 2, 3 or whatever.
Yeah, and we had the conversation on Tuesday where it could come down to goal difference and such like when you get to that later stage, and we were basically saying, well, I think we basically play to beat every team 2-0.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. And we've got our last game at home is against Kyrat.
Yes.
And I think Man City, was it Man City that beat them 5-1? Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. 5-0 or 5-1. Real Madrid beat them.
So I think that will be stored on the back burner, and basically just to be a case of, right, we don't need to do anything drastic.
Yeah.
But if we need goals,
we'll
just go hell for leather in that game, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should come to that, to be honest. I can't see anybody, not any of the top teams anyway, not being there. But we won 2 games out of 2, both 2-0, haven't conceded a goal. Apparently we're favourites for the Champions League now.
Yeah.
We are always favourite. We are favourite for the last 2 seasons, so I don't know.
We weren't favourite last year, were we?
We were.
What was that, after the knockout rounds or before the round started?
Last season we only lost to Inter Milan 1-0, and that was just a penalty. So most of the people knew that we were among the favourites. So we are always among the favourites, in my opinion.
You think that's all it is then? Just because we don't concede a lot of goals?
I think it's because of the quality of the squad and the reason that many people are believing we are a favourite, and we end up, coming short at the end. Was just because of the squad depth. Now that Mikel has everything, I think he will go.
I won't go everything. I won't go quite that far.
Of the pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. So you think you agree with us being favourites?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can never undermine my team, so we are always favourite.
Yeah, you're quite positive anyway, so I just just embracing it, aren't you? So yeah. You feel the same, Mark?
Not particularly. Look, there's a lot of water to go under the bridge between now and next May or June, whenever that final is. I think favourites at this stage, the bookies have to do it because it's an easy way of making money. To be honest, I don't think any team is favourite at this stage. At this stage last year, PSG, I think, might have had 1 point from their first 2 games, or I know they really struggled through the league phase and got it together after Christmas. So, look, nothing is going to be decided in terms of favourites or who's looking good until we get to February, March, and that's when the competition will start to take shape. being favourites now doesn't really matter.
Doesn't mean anything anyway, does it?
No, in my opinion, it's just the competition will take shape once we reach the spring. And then we'll all know where we stand and how things are looking. Look, there's no, like, we're definitely a top 4, top 5 team in Europe at the moment, I think. But I don't think having any team as a firm favourite in, what is it, the 2nd of October makes any sense, to be honest.
No, I mean, there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of water that can go under the bridge. A lot can happen, you know. Yeah, we can have players going down. But did you see the comments made by Jamie O'Hara? Have you seen that?
I have, and I just brushed it aside. He's the definition of a clickbait merchant to me. Everything he says is for a reaction. I'm not sure if he believes anything he actually says, or if he just thinks, if I say something outlandish here about Arsenal, I know under this there'll be X amount of comments that keeps me in the news cycle for another hour or 2 hours or whatever. I don't know if he actually genuinely believes what he's saying or if he's just trying to provoke a reaction. To me, it's definitely the latter. But
yeah,
that's just
I agree with you.
Do you agree with that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do find it a bit bizarre that there's some of the crap that he comes out with, and you know, he was talking after, I think it was after 10 games last season, when Ange was in control and doing this, that, and the other. He's basically saying that they can definitely go on to win the title. Yes, they've crumbled in the past, but that doesn't mean anything. But when it comes to Arsenal, it does mean something, apparently. Just a little bit hypocritical.
It is what it is, you know. Yeah. Certain people aren't worth the time of day.
Yeah, well, yeah, I agree with that as well. It's yeah. So the day before we were treated to another bit of a shock result. I don't know if it was a shock to you guys, but Galatasaray managed to beat Liverpool. Did you watch that game? What did you think of it?
I did. I saw a lot of that game. Like Galatasaray, it's not as if they bossed it or anything, but they never looked in any great trouble either. There was obviously the ref tried to give Liverpool a penalty. It's like watching the Premier League all over again. But the VAR just stepped in, thankfully, and said,
I do think their penalty was a little bit soft as well, though, to be honest. I mean, it was
soft. Well, I probably wouldn't be given in the Premier League, to be honest, but in Europe, there's a very low threshold for contact in the box.
Do you think we wouldn't? Do you think we wouldn't? Because as much as the contacts weren't very strong, he did kind of hit him with both hands. I know
it was high, right? It was, you know. So, but in the Premier League, I wouldn't trust the referee to give it. To be honest with you,
I agree.
Yeah, Premier League is always chaos.
Yeah. But do you take anything from that, or is that just is it just a blip? Or
one thing I would take from it is they've tried to shoehorn Szoboszlai in as a right back. He's done very well in a lot of games, but on Tuesday night he was exposed badly. Galatasaray got in behind him on more than one occasion. Obviously, he gave away the penalty. He was also caught out another time. I think what they're also struggling with at the moment is how to fit all these players in. They want to get Wirtz into the team, but Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch were so good for them in the middle of the park last year. They want to play them as well. So they've now they've also bought Frimpong, but something's obviously happened because the other night they played him right wing rather than right back. So I'm not sure if they've seen something that they don't know already. And when they were changing things up, they brought on Conor Bradley rather than moving Frimpong. So I'm not sure if they've just seen things that they're not particularly liking from some of their new players, but it looks to me like just at the moment Slot's trying to shoehorn a lot of players into positions that maybe don't suit them. He did the same with Wirtz against Palace last Saturday, playing him on the left wing when I don't think someone who's watched Leverkusen a lot more than me will be able to answer this. But as far as I know, he didn't play very much as a left winger for Leverkusen over the last couple of seasons. So they're just kind of struggling a little bit at the moment to figure out how to get all these players into the starting 11. Now, look, they're still top of the league, so it hasn't been a disastrous start for them by any means. But
no, but they could have been 8 points clear.
Yeah,
they could have.
Look,
they could have been clear, and they're not.
Like at 5-3 last Saturday, I think we were probably all thinking we were going to Newcastle, going to be 8 points behind them, with a very real chance of losing at Newcastle. Then you're 8 points behind them after 6 games. It seems like a long, long way back. Before, and that would have been before the end of September. So, and they have a tough game on Saturday as well.
Yeah, but even at this stage in the season, that's a massive shift.
Massive.
Potentially going 8 points behind to being now 2 points behind.
Yeah,
that's a massive shift, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they don't currently, as Max said, Anna is trying to fix some things that it's not possible. I think, in my opinion, you could have just waited on Vats, try to, blend him a little bit, because last season it was working very well, that Gravenberch, Schobo, and also McAllister. But right now he's trying to fix Florian, and it's not going well for him. So, but, it's good for me. Let them crumble.
Yeah.
Do you think he's trying to fix something that's not broken, though?
Yeah.
So he came with he's obviously trying to implement his system.
But the problem is he doesn't have system. He used the same plot of Klopp. He just, interchanged Endo with Gravenberch, and then he could have just live that way and wait, to pan out or to adjust a little bit, not the way he's doing right now. So I think he's trying to fix something that's not broken.
Do you think it resembles an Amorim system?
One can only hope. But
no, I'm just saying that the lineup and everything.
Don't take me there, man.
Huh? No, I can take you there. I've took you there now. That's where we are.
Genie's out of the bottle now.
Go on, say what you're going to say.
No, I don't think Amorim
You don't think so?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, the actual formation and the style looks very similar.
Yeah, Anne is creating the problem for himself. But
that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't have the armor,
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. He's fixing something that's not broken and proven to work, and then he's implementing a system that somebody else has already proven doesn't work.
I think you could have said maybe he's trying to implement what Pep and Arteta are doing to bring Schobo inside, Maybe that I will take a little bit. But for Amorim, he doesn't have the quality, the play. I mean,
I'm not talking about quality. I'm just talking about the actual system that he's...
Yeah, the system. He doesn't have the guys who can execute the system, That's the problem with Amorim. But this guy, he already have something, but he's ruining it himself.
So you think that that it worked with Liverpool because of the personnel, but it wouldn't work with United? Is that right?
No, what I'm trying to say is, for Amorim, it's not about the system; it's about the type of players he have right now.
Yeah.
But for Anne, he has very good, and he has proven them that they have proved last season that they can win the league. So why are you changing? Just play the same that you are playing. And Trent has gone. You have a good replacement for Frimpong, who is an attacking also like Trent. Just, that quality pinpoint passes is lacking for him, but it will just come. So just continue playing the way you are playing. If it is for the new signings, just blend them in slowly by slowly. So that's now, I don't know if you're understanding me. This guy has everything, but this guy, it's not about system or it's about the quality of the players he has right now. And the system you want to play, it's not the same.
But that's what I'm saying. He's creating the problem by changing the system so radically, so quickly, and it doesn't suit the actual players that are there.
Yeah,
It may suit the players that he's brought in, but not necessarily the players that are already at the club. So it's just
exactly. And
it's
it's brought in one, so
So I agree. I think it's creating a problem, and I also agree that long may it continue, and you know, I don't want it to get resolved ever, to be honest with you. But you know, if we have a title race where there's only 2 teams in it rather than 3, I'm all for that. Absolutely. Hands down, I can perfectly own that title race, and hopefully actually prevail at this time. But there we go. I just don't understand what he's doing. Do you understand what he's actually doing with it, Mark?
Not particularly. As we said, he'd won the best midfields in the country, if not the best last year. With as Nomad said, with Szoboszlai, McAllister, and Gravenberch as that 6, if you like. And he's smashed that up to get Wirtz into the team. Wirtz obviously a very talented player. They wouldn't have spent 115 odd million on him if they hadn't seen something that they thought we can really use this guy. I don't think they bought him just so Man City couldn't have him, like, put it that way. I think they really thought that he could elevate them to a new level, but it just hasn't worked so far. Whether it will in time, I'm yet to be convinced, because it means that he's going to have to change his formation. Wirtz is not a midfielder; he's a 10 essentially, from what I've seen. So Liverpool are going to have to go with 2 holders. It means either McAllister or Szoboszlai is either going to be left out of the team or dumped to right back, or like we've seen with Szoboszlai in recent weeks, where
he misses out.
Yeah, or he misses out and they pick a Bradley or a Frimpong right back. So it's one of those things. As you said, he's created problems that didn't need fixing. Maybe his plan all along was to just have a look last season, and he achieved more than he thought he was going to. And his plan always was to evolve and change the system and go to a kind of 4-2-3-1 from this season. Maybe that always was the plan. We'll never obviously know. But it seems to me a bit, when you've won the league with that system, that kind of 4-3-3, which made them quite solid. They were hard to score against last season. And then obviously they had Salah, who basically, if the ball hit off his backside last season, it was going in. That's another guy who's underperforming, by the way. Hasn't quite hit the heights we've seen over the last few years. But yeah, I think he's just made problems unwittingly for himself, but by bringing in players that don't quite fit the system he used last season to get them to a league title. And look, they went out to PSG on penalties, so they probably weren't very far away from a European title either. So I don't know. I just don't know where Wirtz is going to fit, because sooner or later, look, they are 2 points clear, so important not to overreact to a couple of bad results. But if the performances, like the results have been great, but the performances have left a bit to be desired. If they don't start to improve, does he revert back to what worked last season, or does he push on with what he's doing currently? That's where he's going to earn his crust, I suppose, over the next, between now and Christmas. He's going to lose Salah, obviously, for a period of time between this.
How long is the AFCON?
About 5 to 6 weeks, I think.
It depends. He might be knocked out on boosted. So.
Yeah, that's it.
No, we don't want
how
that
Egypt go.
Yeah,
I will be supporting Egypt. Don't worry.
Yeah, we all get the flags out. But I mean, in fairness, he needs to pick up his form anyway for them to miss him anyway. To be honest,
exactly. So I think if he continues to play the way he's playing, it doesn't matter if he gone missing or what, because either way he was missing. So I don't think Liverpool is a problem, because if you check the games that they have played so far, there's not one single game they have dominated from minute 1 to minute 90. So yes, they are getting the result, But what was if you check the performance wise, you cannot get like 38 games for the whole season. And right now they're
Yeah,
trying
I
to
mean,
come back.
I'd caveat the Bournemouth game a little bit because I think Bournemouth should have been down to 10 men very early on, and I think it should have been an easier game than it was, but they still conceded 2 goals.
But with 10 men, so still,
Yeah.
it will not prove your performance.
No, it does. No, but a team like Liverpool against a team like Bournemouth, 10 men is a massive difference. I mean, it was bad
Probably would have
enough.
strawed to 2-0 then. Yeah.
I think so. Well, I mean, I don't know whether they'd still keep clean sheet, but they certainly wouldn't be prominently pushing forwards like they do, would they, with 10 men?
Yeah.
But the other problem that I kind of thought was still buying Isak after buying Ekatike just seems a bit an odd move for me.
Yeah, probably. Unless their long-term plan is to shift Ekatike to left wing. But again, that's potentially a square peg in a round hole that they don't need. Gakpo's quite a good player. I know they saw Luis Diaz and obviously Darwin Núñez, and obviously we all know about Diogo Jota. So they did lose 3 attackers. Yeah, like then brought in Ekatike, Isak, and Wirtz. But Wirtz, I'm not sure. Wirtz isn't a winger and he's not a 9, so
9.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
False 9.
Yeah. But do you think you go with 2 strikers up top? Because that's the only other way.
No,
I don't think so.
No.
It doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean,
Yeah.
why would you go to that extreme? Was it 95 million euros for Ekatike, and then
something like that, yeah.
And then 125 million pounds for Isak? It just seems a bit mad to me, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think
and they're going to spend a fortune on Kane as well. That obviously didn't happen.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
At least and he sent Núñez, but make sure they maintain or they try to keep Luis Diaz, because last season so many games he was the one who was winning for them, and I think that was a very, very big mistake they did, bringing in new guys, a lot of money, maybe higher wages than Luis Diaz, and sending someone out that is already Premier League proven. He's young, he has already won, he knows what winning means. So yeah, that's good. Let them make the bad decisions.
Yeah, I mean, running wise though, wasn't Núñez doing more running than any of them do, really?
Yeah, but he's a headless chicken, though.
Yeah, but he stretched the line. But he stretched the line, but everybody's running behind.
The game against Newcastle, he was the one who won them for them. I think also Brentford.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brentford.
Yeah, and he came, yes, the game is 4-0, and he missed a couple of chances, no problem.
Yeah.
But, at that season, across the season, there's that 2-3 games that you really need someone to come and salvage you. So, and Núñez did that 2 games, I remember, against Newcastle and also against Brentford. So they will really miss those small things.
That's, when you look like you're going to get a draw,
was really not necessary.
Yeah, because obviously you've taken Trent away, that does that searching ball that just gets on a sixpence in the middle of anywhere.
Yeah.
That is really irreplaceable. And they miss the guy that runs it behind. So it just seems a bit of too much of a shift very quickly, like you said. So it just seems a bit odd.
Yeah. Also for Trent, I think he was giving a very, very pinpoint passes, and those in long balls behind to Salah. Right now, Salah has no those services, and that's why I think his game has dropped off a little bit. So we will see. Maybe
Salah was getting those balls from VVD though, wasn't he? Really,
Van Dijk as well. Yeah.
So but the other balls are going to like Núñez and go the left side of things.
Yeah, cross like this.
And VVD would supply Salah.
But now VVD is busy defending because
Yeah, exactly.
Kakis is almost a problem. He's
Yeah.
not up to run speed and running. Frimpong
Yeah.
is nowhere to be seen. So Van Dijk now has no time to pull those long
No, I
passes.
agree.
I think they're conceding every game right now.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. He's
Yeah.
too busy trying to get them out
Yeah.
and not focusing on the defending, which he's so blooming good at.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's kind of why I thought it was a bit of a problem. Chelsea won 1-0 against Benfica.
They did.
Did you watch the game? Did you think anything of it? What's were you surprised by the result?
The only thing I saw was the goal. So I saw obviously the own goal. Good play by Neto to set up Garnacho, and obviously the defender tried to. I don't know what he tried to do, but it ended up in the back of the net.
No, it's weird.
So
Yeah.
But so Chelsea needed that. They'd lost their last two, quite convincingly. So they needed that win. But yeah, I don't know what to make of them. Chelsea, to be honest, seems to one step forward, two steps back. Always seems to be another kind of bad result just around the corner for them at the moment. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I think they
can
got the
do something
win.
at the weekend.
They got the win at a very crucial time because next week they are playing Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. So it was very crucial for them to get that result, because I think for the last few games they were not by themselves. They were losing, getting red cards. Even yesterday, I think they got a red card.
Another red card, yeah.
Yeah, so they're having a little bit of rough time. So, but getting that win yesterday give them a little bit of confidence and momentum to really play well next time. I hope they play well against Liverpool.
Saturday evening.
Oh, it was Pedro, wasn't it? I was just going to say, but did they got another red card?
Yeah,
Pedro.
So it's Pedro, 2 yellow cards.
Something, I think.
Was it 2 yellow cards in the same incident?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I just saw, as Nomad said, they've now had a player sent off in their last 3 games. So.
Yeah, because they had Sanchez sent off, didn't they? The game before.
Yeah.
Who was the one before that?
Salilba got sent off last weekend.
Yeah.
The other one was the goalkeeper Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez followed through, wasn't it, the week before?
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you think that that Chelsea will be all right? They'll qualify for the group stages. Will they qualify in the top 8 if they do?
Top 8, I wouldn't be convinced of. I think they should finish in the top, whatever is it, 22?
24.
24.
Yeah.
They should finish in those places. Definitely, I'd be shocked if they didn't. But top 8, I think, might be a stretch for them. They're just very inconsistent, Sparks. So, as I said, you don't know what you're going to get from one week to the next. A bad result always seems to be just around the corner. So, top 24, I think they should make that quite comfortably. Top 8, I don't see it for them this season. But again, then the draw, as I said, the competition doesn't really start until the knockout stages. PSG won it from, I think, 15th or 16th last season. So
yeah, they came through the play.
Getting in the dance is the most important thing. Now, I think it would be very difficult for an English team to win it from outside the top 8, because we've 2 cup competitions. The league is extremely intense. So those extra 2 fixtures I don't think would help an English team. But PSG, obviously, they're able to sail through the French league. So those extra 2 fixtures, which happened actually to be against another French team, so no extra travel, etc., didn't hurt them. But I do think an English team would find it hard to win from outside the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, they get the extra 2 games, but do you think Chelsea be in the actual title race?
No.
So is it really going to hurt them that much?
Probably not. But as I said, I wouldn't have thought. It's just the volume of games and the volume of high intensity games. Now, they can rest and rotate and throw the league, but I do think they'll want to make sure that they guarantee top 4, potentially top 5 finish in the league. So I don't think they can afford to be throwing away points in the Premier League by resting and rotating and banking on doing well in the Champions League. I don't think they're that good enough. Sorry, just to good enough to get away with doing that.
Do you think a lot of this stems from the Club World Cup and not actually having a normal preseason?
It definitely hasn't helped them, in my opinion. I don't think it helps them at all to have basically no summer break. So, I'm not sure, Nomad, if you agree or disagree with me there, but that's just my opinion on it. Basically,
I can't agree with you.
So you think the schedule and not having a proper preseason, you think it's now starting to hurt?
Yeah. Also, they made a lot of signings, and there's no that, preseason to make sure these guys train well and a little bit understand each other. Yes, they are professionals, but they need that the training and everything, because they have changed everything. New manager, new colleagues, everything. So, and they were busy winning Club World Cup. They didn't get enough time to rest. They didn't get enough time for the preseason. I think that's catching up on them right now.
Yeah, I mean it definitely screams that as well, and it was kind of a point that I kind of raised when we did other streams before. It just a bit of madness that you have that kind of tournament so close to the start of the Premier League season. It's just a bit mad.
So it's absolutely crazy, Spurs. Like absolutely bonkers. And when you see the heat that they were playing as well, some of those games were taking place in 40 plus degrees of heat. Like that can't be good for you either. Absolutely.
Then they wondered why the South American teams did so well, because they're just used to that heat and the humidity and everything. They're just used to it, aren't they?
They play that week in, week out, so it's like normal games for them.
You just another run out. They train like that, so it's not going to make any difference to them.
No.
When you come from England, where it's
one of the federations were talking about the actual World Cup next summer, that they're going to have to look at kickoff times, because it's just not feasible to be playing in the States at midday, or even 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That they're going to be having to look at moving the kickoff times to late in the evening, which obviously won't be great for us here in Europe, because you're talking about kickoff times at 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff. But
I mean, they do it with Premier League, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, it's nothing much different, is it? Really, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I'd like to be in it for the money, but that you can actually bring in players from it. But the players that they actually brought in, have they actually increased the quality of the squad by bringing those players in? Are they just a sideways step, aren't they?
Looks that way to me. Like, would you say João Pedro is a huge upgrade on Nicholas Jackson?
I think he's a different kind of player anyway.
Yeah.
So one's an actual striker, and well, Pedro's more of a Jesus kind of player.
Yeah, goes outside, shift a little bit right, left.
Yeah, I'm
not saying that. Garnacho's not exactly great on Madueke. So as you said, Sparks, you probably hit the nail on the head that they've changed a lot of players, but not improved the squad dramatically.
Yeah, the problem is, they bring someone in. They don't even, like Gabriel Vega, Renato Vega, he only played, 2-3 games. So they bring someone in, he doesn't give him enough time. Next summer, they send him away. So I don't think there's anybody who comes close to Cole Palmer in terms of quality. And that's now is the problem, because you need to at least bring someone or 2-3 people in the starting 11 that are, the caliber of Cole Palmer, and then maybe they can work something out.
Yeah. Man City played as well.
Yeah.
I believe they were 2-0 up, weren't they?
No, went 1-1, then 2-1, then 2-2.
2-1, yeah.
Oh right, okay. I thought they were 2-0 up for some reason. Why did I think that? But yeah, that ended up in a draw as well. Did that surprise you at all?
Yes, it did surprise me. I thought City'd come strong and win that relatively comfortably. Now, I don't know a lot about Monaco. I'm not exactly au fait with what's going on in the French league, but to me, City are a team that should be winning those games quite comfortably. Haaland obviously took us 2 goals well, but apparently I didn't see the first Monaco goal. It seemed it was a screamer, and then
It
the
was a
second was a
screamer.
penalty.
Typical Pogba goal.
Oh, really?
I thought even Pogba scored it. I was confused.
Yeah.
The thing is, I thought Monaco were in financial trouble as well. I thought they were in problems as well. So if that is the case, then you'd be quite worried that that's kind of been an issue for them as well. Dom says Chelsea competing for the top 4. For me, thought it before the season started, feel the same now. I don't understand their approach to squad building. Well, I do. It's PSR related, but you get the point. I don't think it is PSR related. I really don't. I think it's business related. I think it's about increasing
Commercially.
it's increasing
the long contracts
the
are PSR
value.
related. The 7-8 year contracts.
Well, you
They're
can't do that
definitely
anymore. Well,
no,
you can't.
that's
Well,
true. But when they started this,
yeah. Yeah,
they did do that.
You can amortize. Well, you can do the contract for 7-8 years, but you can't amortize the fee in it over any more than 5 now.
5 anymore.
So yeah, that's yeah. Is that SSB? Says hello, SSB. How are we? Monaco had a rich owner. His wife wanted a divorce. She took half the money, and now Monaco is a selling club. Well, yeah, should never buy with your wife. Especially on football. don't ever buy a football club with your wife.
Of all the things in this world, he decided to buy a football club with his wife.
It's not a football club. She wasn't into it in the first place. She was just after it for the financial freedom, I guess, and she didn't care about football one little bit. She wanted to go shopping. So yeah, that's not meant to be any kind of slight on women whatsoever. I just don't see most women, at least, having the same passion for football as most blokes, at least.
Yeah.
So that's just my take. That's it. The replacing with helps us. They can bank sales now and amortize incomings, but it doesn't help them pitch. But that's what I mean by it's a sideways step. So you basically they've got the same quality, and they've brought the money in, and now they've amortized somebody else. So it looks good on the balance sheet, but it hasn't helped them on the pitch. So it's I just don't really yeah. Have you guys seen Public's trading video? I watched it very briefly actually, and it looked like he's playing with snowshoes on.
All right.
Yeah, watch it. It's funny. It is quite funny. I think Pogba career might be done. I think you might be right. To be fair,
No, I think he's regaining fitness.
Yeah, but I mean,
think he will revive. I think he will.
Mate, watch it. Just watch it.
No problem, because this guy was a baller. It's not somebody's starting to play football right now. He was at his best at some point. It's about getting match fitness, and also there's no high pressure or a lot of responsibility in Monaco, like win the league or get a Champions League spot.
Yeah, I agree with that. But he looks like he's forgotten how to kick a ball. He doesn't look. He doesn't look.
Doesn't look good.
Doesn't look good, bruv. But yeah, City could be in trouble with that as well. But I mean, they're still 4 points and they're in the top 8. So you can still afford blips, can't you?
Yeah.
Tottenham 9th after drawing with Bodo Glimt. They were 2-0 down. I know they were 2-0 down because I was watching the scoreline. And they brought it back to 2-2. So what do you make of that one? Did you watch any of it? Or
I watched the Bodo penalty, which he kicked out of the stadium. Saw that. One of Bodo's goals I saw as well, which is a very good goal, very good finish. The Spurs' second goal. The Spurs' second goal took ages on VAR, but I couldn't see why, because he looked well onside to me. Maybe when they did the semi-automation, it was much closer than it looked. But look, a 2-2 result away. I know they'll say it's away from home, it's up in Norway, but they're one of the bottom seeds. You have to kind of be taking care of those games, whether it's home or away.
Didn't they play them in the Europa League as well?
Yeah, it is Europa semi-final last year.
So yeah, so they've literally brought their level with them.
Yes,
and they can't beat them.
And they can't beat them still.
Yeah, so I find that a bit funny. But
I think the only positive thing that Tottenham fans can really take from that game is they're trying to have that a little bit of morale, or I don't know what to say, but the game against Brighton, they were 2-0 down. I think they came up 2-2 very late in the game, and yesterday also. So there's still some hope for them. It's not easy for every time to come back from 2-0 or maybe 3-1 or 1-0. But Thomas Frank is trying to do something good for them, I hope. So it's not really bad result for them, considering the 1 point that they got almost at the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably problems at times where they've gone a bit too negative, maybe. Obviously, Frank's trying to shore things up.
Yeah.
So I guess from their point of view, at least they don't get blasted each week.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, he looks like he's going to need that as well. He doesn't look like he's going to need it. It doesn't look fantastic. But yeah, that's kind of the roundup. We got where are we? I was just going to put the rest of the table up. So we're now sitting in fifth. We got Bayern top, unbeaten. Real Madrid second, unbeaten. Paris Saint-Germain third. Inter fourth. Us fifth. Karabag are sixth.
Yeah. 2 wins out of 2 for Karabag.
2 wins out of 2.
Up to 6, they have 100% record.
Yeah, so that's it. That's the top 6. And then Dortmund have won 1, drawn 1. So have City. So have Tottenham. No, this says they're still bloody playing, but it's it's not updated. But yeah. You guys all Arsenal fans. We are all Arsenal fans, although the channel does do other teams. So if you're interested in joining the group and you want to be on the show, then drop me a message and we'll get you on. Let's have a look at the. Did you do the Premier League predictions last week?
Yeah, we did.
Did you do it any, Mark?
No.
Okay. I can't remember what we said now, man. So we're gonna have to try and remember what we said. But yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Or not.
I remember them.
You remember both of them, yours and mine.
No. Only mine.
No. So Brentford, Man United. Did you have Brentford winning or Man United winning?
Man United.
Yeah, so did I. What would you have said if you had a prediction, Mark?
I would have had United winning that game.
Yeah.
After Chelsea, they were set to go on a run.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was. I mean, obviously they got a man sent off and everything, but yeah, I thought Man United would win that by 3-1. I think I said actually, but yeah. So it was a bit mad. Obviously Chelsea lost 3-1 to Brighton. What did you say with that one?
Yeah, I said Chelsea will win 2-1.
2-1, didn't you? What did you think it would be, Mark?
I thought Chelsea would have won.
I predicted 2-1 Brighton. But
You were bang on the money until basically the last kick of the game.
It's basically because I live in Brighton and I kind
Yeah.
of follow Brighton.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay. Palace, Liverpool. What did you say for Palace for that one?
I said 1-1. I remember saying, it will be tight for Liverpool. So
I remember saying
my heart says something,
my
I
head says a
remember,
draw. My heart says
3-1, I think.
my heart says a draw. My head says 3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, you and both Daniel, you had the same choice.
Yeah, we definitely bought that. Was that a shock to you as well, Mark?
Absolutely. I did think it'd be tight. Sellers Park is never the easiest place to go, and Palace have the longest I just saw this during the week. I didn't know it before last weekend, but Palace have the longest unbeaten run of any club in Europe at the moment.
Yeah, we play them in 3 games, so we need to end that run if it's still going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's
But yeah, I did think Liverpool would get a tight win. Obviously, thrilled that did it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah. Leeds Bournemouth. What did you have for that? Did you have Bournemouth win it?
I said Leeds will win 2-1.
Oh, okay. Did I say it was a draw?
Yeah, I think you said draw. Yeah.
It definitely had draw written all over it for me. City 5-1 Burnley, and I think we both said something around that, didn't we?
4-1. I think we said 4-0.
4. Yeah, did I go 4-0? You went 4-1.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, something like that. So yeah, it's true to form. Forest Sunderland. What did you say for this? I think you said Forest, didn't you?
No, I said Sunderland will win, but not exactly the score. I said they will win 2-1.
Did I say a draw for it?
Yeah.
I think I might have done. I think I did. Forest, Tottenham Wolves. We both went with 3-0, didn't we?
Yeah. We both said Tottenham will win, so but
yeah, I think we both said we wanted Wolves to do something, but it wouldn't happen. Tottenham would beat them. Villa Fulham. I think I said draw for that.
No.
Oh, did I say Fulham?
I almost texted you because you said Fulham. You and Daniel were saying no way.
You said Fulham will win,
and I was very confident Aston Villa will win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but not the exact score. I said they will win 2-1.
Yeah. I think I got the exact score in our game.
Yeah.
Everton, West Ham. I think we both knew was going to be a draw.
No, I said Everton will win.
Well, you did or I did?
I said Everton will win based on the momentum they had with Grealish and all.
Yeah, I went on. I'm pretty sure I went with a ball draw. But yeah. So yeah, not entirely how we expected it to go, but yeah, kind of there or thereabouts. We're in game week 6, so we're four games away from it actually starting to resemble a league table, I guess. So yeah, let's do some predictions then. Have you noticed as well, by the way? I did post this as a tweet, so you might have seen it already. But do you know that Man United and Arsenal aren't live this weekend?
I knew we weren't live. I didn't realise United weren't.
Right, so both of us aren't live, right? Do you know how many other teams are live?
Basically every other game, I would imagine, or close to it.
Every other game, but so there's basically 16 teams are live because they have to make the numbers up. Because
teams play on Thursday night now, yeah.
But yeah, I've never seen that where they've literally got all the 2:00 games, so 4 2:00 games on.
Yeah.
A 4:30 game on, that's on Sunday. And then tomorrow night you've got the Bournemouth Fulham game. Leeds United game.
12:30, yeah.
Yeah, Arsenal, West Ham and Man United Sunderland both 3:00ers, the only 3:00ers on a Saturday. So they're not on, obviously.
Yeah.
And then it goes into a Chelsea game, Chelsea-Liverpool. It's mad.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hopefully, for a short time at least, we go top.
That has to be the plan.
Yeah, that has to be the plan.
Yeah. So let's do some predictions anyway. So I'm sure we'll remember them for the next time we come together. You might, I won't, right? But I should start knowing them down really. Bournemouth, Fulham.
I think this could be 2-2. I think it could be both teams score nearly every game they play. I don't think there's a big gap between the two teams, so I'll go for 2-2 in this game.
I will go Bournemouth win 3-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bournemouth win purely because I went with Fulham to win it away from home and they failed me. So I'm going to go with a Bournemouth win 2-1. So yeah, SSB says need to get rid of the 3 p.m. rule. Absolutely, I just don't really get it. I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm worried. Well, yeah, we shall see. There's a long way to go in there. Integrating all these stars is harder compared to a role player. Yeah, I think we've covered this. I mean, we just don't know why the system changed so rapid, so hardcore, so quickly. To be honest, but yeah, it's a bit mad. But gee, if it causes a downfall, I'm all here for it, mate. Nothing against you. I just want my team to win the league. Leeds United, Tottenham.
I'll go 2-1 Tottenham.
I might go for draw this actually 2-2.
I was going to go for that, but I'm going to go for 1-1 since you said 2-2. So just to be slightly different. Arsenal, West Ham.
You go first this time, no what?
I think we have really something to prove against West Ham. So, and Mikel knows that. If someone I really trust, to really get someone back, I think we'll get a clean sheet 3-0 to us.
Okay, I'll go 2-0.
I got 3-1. Just because I think we'll, like you say, I think we've got a point to prove, and I think
we owe them. We owe them 2 actually. They've beaten us twice the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I think we'll be going forwards more. So I think we might.
Also, we have rotated a lot, so
yeah, that's true.
We'll have the energy.
Where is the Tottenham game? It's at Ellen Road. 1-0 tie. KG Arsenal win. Difficult game. I don't see that against West Ham, to be honest. I think they'll get pushed further and further back, to be honest. But I think that they might score on a break with Bowen because he's quite snappy. But I think after that, if they score early, I think they're in trouble because then it'll just be no crap given, and we'll just start throwing everybody forwards. Man United, Sunderland.
Oh God, you can't stay rubbish forever. So I don't know why I'm going to go 2-1 United. But it's not with any degree of conviction or confidence.
Is it 2-1 United?
Yeah.
I think Sunderland are having very good start of the season, so
they
will drop point, but not all 3. So I'm going to draw, maybe 2-2.
Oh wow! Okay. Oh wow! I think 3-0 United. I just think 3-0.
You sure they will keep a clean sheet?
No. No, but I don't have to worry about that though, do I? Because for a start, where are they in the table?
12th or something, aren't they?
They were somewhere
Even
like
lower.
14.
14th. So I don't need to
Sunderland are
worry.
fifth. Just lost one game. They lost one game, I think.
They did to Burnley, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have to worry about them, and yeah, I don't really care about them to be honest. To be honest, either. So Nuno is going to sit in a low block. Yeah, I think he will, but I think we have more answers to a low block now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, I really do. Man United can win. Sunderland give up too many chances. I think so. I think at Old Trafford as well. I think it will be harder for Sunderland, to be fair. Chelsea, Liverpool. SSB, get involved with the predictions as well. Let's hear what your predictions are, mate.
Mark, go on.
I'm going to say 1-1. In hope more so than expectation.
That's hope. I mean, I think a draw is kind of hedging bets, really, rather than going with hope. I think the hope is Chelsea winning it.
Yeah, but that'd be jumping the shark completely now, predicting a Chelsea win. I've no confidence in
we're
them
not fans of
whatsoever.
their club, though, so we can say that because it's fine.
Yeah. You said 1-1?
SSB says it's going to be a draw.
Mark, what about you?
1-1.
I'll be shocked
1-1.
if Liverpool win. You'd be shocked if Liverpool win. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I think I'm going to do two predictions. I'm going to do a head and heart prediction again. And my head says Liverpool win 1-0. My heart says that Chelsea win 2-1.
I think Liverpool, I really wanted Liverpool to drop point, but I think they will get something from this game just because of Chelsea. They're shambolic. You never know if they will get a red card because they're used to it nowadays. So I am going a very tight win for Liverpool.
Have they got any players left? That's the thing.
They're all suspended.
They're all injured or suspended.
Yeah, so I'm going a win for Liverpool. So 2-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're holding a bit too much into this SSB, to be honest. I think it's a good time to play Chelsea.
Salilba's a loss for Chelsea as well. Their next centre half up, I'm not sure who it is even. So
no, well, you won't be able to pronounce it.
Put in consideration that they're still missing Palma. They're missing Fofana, Tosin. Colwill, Salilba.
I mean,
There's a lot of centre
can't
backs.
miss Fofana really, because he's been missing for about 3 years, hasn't he?
Mm.
Yeah.
Didn't they pay 80 million quid for Fofana?
They sure did.
Just madness.
Yep.
And I'll tell you something as well. That's the keeper that they sold us for 5 million quid. I'd have in goal over him all day long.
100%.
100%.
So I really don't understand why you're selling for 5 million quid. To be honest with you, Aston Villa, Burnley.
Yeah, Villa 2. No, I'll go 3-0.
To Villa.
Yeah, to Villa, yeah. It's at Villa Park as well, Sparks, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go 3-1 to Aston Villa. I think they have to concede.
Yeah, I think 3-1 as well. Everton, Crystal Palace. Now, can Everton beat Palace?
That's at Goodison or whatever that stadium's called.
Yeah. Beverly Hills.
I think they can.
Hillwood, but what was that?
I think they can and they will beat.
Oh, I thought you named what the stadium was. but it's
Hill Dickinson.
Hill
Hill
Hill Dickinson Stadium. Yeah.
Yeah. Benny Hill Stadium. We should just call it that.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. Palace, this is their first, they played tonight, obviously, and this is their first Thursday, Sunday.
Yeah.
I think they might have done it earlier this season because they had a qualification round to go through, but I think they could be vulnerable on Sunday. Everton aren't special, but yeah, I think Everton could do them this Sunday. I'll go 2-1 Everton.
I'm just going to see what lineup they put out.
Yeah, I'm going 3-1 Everton.
Relatively strong. I don't think they rotated that heavily. So
I would doubt that they would at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, so it's
They're
a full
away
side.
from home as well.
Although they got Will Hughes in there, but I guess that's just for experience more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mateta off at half time, more or less. Hughes off at half time, more or less. Pino off at 70. Kamada off at 70. Munoz 88 off. So I guess he's tried to keep them fresh. So yeah.
So what do you say?
What are you predicting? What we're predicting there?
Yeah,
I think I'll go first. I'll got a 2-1 Palace, I think.
Okay. I'll go 2-1 Everton.
3-1 Everton.
Oh wow! Okay. Wow. Now that is if that happens, then it'll knock their confidence as well. Right. So we play them in what, 2 weeks or something? Is there no? There's an international.
We played them towards the end of the month. There's an international break after this weekend.
Yeah. So we got basically 2 weeks, haven't we? After Saturday, and then we play for.
Yeah. And then Palace.
Anybody know? Do you know who we've got in the international?
Well, I know Ireland have. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, right. Okay. Who
Portugal and I think it's Armenia.
Oh, okay. So they're actual qualifiers this time.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Because they're combining it next season.
Yes, yeah.
Combining the two, and then there'll be 4 games or something. I guess there'll be 4 games in 3 weeks.
Yes, I think that's
how it works.
You're spot on there.
So yeah. What's this? The Galatasaray game, the double pivot had 110 passes. 82 was side to side or back. Yeah, but that's kind of what happens when you haven't got the movement up front, and you probably have less movement up front as well. Given that have you got Ekati here back?
He played against Galatasaray, yeah.
No, but he's banned for. He was banned for 1 game.
Yeah, the EFL.
Yeah, he's back for this weekend. If he's fit, he came off against Galatasaray. So.
Who?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't stretch to.
He doesn't. Yeah.
In fact, he's injured anyway, isn't he?
I believe so. Yeah.
So he got a hamstring injury, I think.
Yeah.
Ekitike.
Yeah. And Alisson as well.
He's not in the injury list. I think he will be available.
Who?
Ekitike.
So he's not in it. What?
Well, that's Slotton do his press conference tomorrow. We'll know more then.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he said he got a hamstring.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have taken him off chasing the game if he was fit.
But the cup game, he took his shirt off, didn't he?
Yeah, he got sent off.
I think either way we'll be missing this game.
So either way, he'll be out.
Yeah.
No, he missed the Palace game.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
yeah, he was suspended for Palace. So if he's fit, he's eligible to play this weekend.
Exactly.
I'm not sure he's fit.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Oh, sorry, just do that again. Liverpool cannot progress the ball at the moment. Trent used to do it along with VVD. Now it's only VVD from the back, which is why I can never pronounce his name. I just call him Slobby. Who's playing right back? He's not my player, so it's not disrespectful. Just whatever. But yeah, it's much what we were saying a little bit earlier on. That those floaty balls that basically go on a sixpence are a massive miss, aren't they?
Yeah. We just talked about it.
Yeah. If Everton can be clinical, they win. I mean, yeah, that goes for most teams as well. Yeah, for sure. Newcastle, Nottingham Forest.
At St James's Park.
At St James's, yeah.
Yeah, Newcastle 2-0. Forest lost again tonight, so
I'm going 4-0
To
Newcastle.
I don't know why I'm feeling this is just a draw. So I'm going a draw. 1-1.
Ange doesn't do draws, though, does he?
Oh, by the way, it's
doesn't
Ange,
do
so
wins at the moment either.
But that's the point. He either loses by a landslide or wins by them. But I can't see him doing that with Forest, even against Newcastle. I think they just have too much.
Agrees.
So you gone for a 1 or 2-2?
Yeah. 1-1 draw.
Okay. Wolves Brighton.
Okay.
Okay. Brighton 2-1.
I think Brighton 3-1.
No, I think 3-0. Although Brighton struggles for clean sheets as well, so I don't know exactly, but yeah, Wolves are definitely losing anyway. How many points have they got now? They got
one.
One against Tottenham.
One against Spurs last week.
Was that their first point?
Yeah.
No way. No, it can't be.
That's the first point of the season.
No way. That's funny.
Yeah, 100%.
That's hilarious. Because
should have got all three as well.
Yeah, Wolves have got a bit of a thing over Tottenham anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, for them to get their first point, it was at their place as well, wasn't it?
It was that Tottenham?
Yeah.
That's for Stadium or whatever it's called.
Brentford, Man City.
It's a tricky one. I'm going to go with City 2-1.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. But City will win, but not easily. So I'll go with 2-1, as Mark said.
I feel a draw. I just feel a draw. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's because I think that they're a little bit closer to the title race than I want them to be, and I think it's a bit wishful thinking. Yeah, I feel a draw because obviously they've struggled in the Champions League game as well. They've got loads of players out as well, haven't they?
Yeah. And also they are away, so it'll be tricky for them.
Yeah. Mind you, they're coming to London, so they just park the bus.
That's they did last time again, no?
I get that.
I got a lot of praise for it too.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's okay for some managers to do it and not others. So basically, if you've won a trophy, you can defend, you can park the bus.
Yeah.
Not quite sure where that logic comes from. It makes zero sense to me, but yeah, it's one of those anomalies that kind of is just portrayed by the media that just seems to be.
What did you say the score will be?
What, the City one?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-2. I don't know why. It's probably absolutely wild and completely crazy. But I just, after a Champions League game that they kind of struggled with. Yeah. I just give it 2-2. Yes.
Possible.
It is. But yeah. After this weekend, do you see us being top of the league? What do you see happening?
Yeah, on goal difference. I think we'll be top. I think we'll have the same number of points as Liverpool after the weekend. We'll come back after the international break with everything to play for.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think it will be just the same because I said Liverpool will get the job done, and so will. So I think it will be just the 2 points still.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I kind of think that maybe 2 points. I think we will be top for a matter of hours.
Yeah.
But I think it'll get checked out once Liverpool get through their game. I hope it's not the case. I hope they get beat. But where does that put Chelsea actually if they win?
I think they have 8 points at the moment.
So they're on at 8. No, I'm looking. This blooming thing is just. I don't know why I even look at this list. It's just weird. I was looking at another table from the Premier League, and it's just shocking.
Yeah.
Let me look on this one. So yeah, Chelsea got 8 points. So if City do the draw that I think that they're going to do, then they can probably go 7th. But there we go.
Very good.
Right, I think we're there, aren't we?
I think that's it. I think we've pretty much covered it all off.
I think we cooked it. Thanks for joining us again, Mark. I appreciate your time as ever.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Welcome anytime, sir. Anytime. Nomad Pulse, welcome in. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And yeah. Have you got a YouTube channel yet? Are you going to do one?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I told you the episode we did last week.
Yeah. So have you put it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you can jump in and download this one as well and just put it on there if you like.
Okay.
Yeah. You still got. I don't change the login anyway. I shouldn't tell people that. There we go.
Edit.
I might have to change it now. Not everybody has my login, in fairness, but yeah. Might need to change it, but there we go. Right, guys. We will see you again next Tuesday after the weekend's fixtures. Hopefully with some decent games, and hopefully we batter West Ham. So we'll see you next time. I'm in Sparks. This is Footy Corner. Good night.